Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up not to an alarm clock, but to the sounds of the wild, with your first thought being, what will I eat today? Let's journey back in time, way back, to the Stone Age. This era, spanning a mind-boggling 3.4 million years, wasn't just about cavemen and clubs. It was a story of incredible human resilience, innovation, and survival against all odds. How did our ancestors, with nothing but stone, wood, and their wits, not only survive but thrive to lay the foundation for the world we live in today? Let's find out. The Stone Age is divided into three main periods: the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. We'll start in the Paleolithic, or the Old Stone Age. Picture vast, untamed landscapes, home to mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and giant sloths. Early humans were nomadic hunter-gatherers, constantly on the move. Survival was a group effort. Men typically hunted large game, a dangerous and coordinated task requiring immense skill and bravery. They used cleverly crafted stone tools like hand axes and spear points. These weren't just crude rocks. They were the Swiss Army knives of their time, used for everything from butchering animals to carving wood. But hunting was risky and often unsuccessful. So what was Plan B? Gathering. Women and children played a crucial role, collecting a wide variety of plants, fruits, nuts, and insects. Their knowledge of the local flora was a vital library of information, distinguishing between what was nutritious and what was poisonous. This balanced diet wasn't just about filling stomachs. It was about getting the essential nutrients to fuel their physically demanding lives. Life was a constant search for calories, a delicate dance with nature's bounty and its dangers. They didn't have permanent homes. Instead, they used natural shelters like caves or built temporary huts from branches and animal hides, always ready to pack up and follow the herds. Now, let's talk about the single most important breakthrough of the Stone Age: the control of fire. It's hard to overstate how much this changed everything. Fire provided warmth against the biting cold of the Ice Ages. It offered protection, keeping fearsome nocturnal predators at bay. It transformed their diet, allowing them to cook meat, which not only killed harmful bacteria, but also made food easier to digest and unlocked more nutrients. But perhaps most importantly, the hearth became the heart of the community. Around the flickering flames, they shared stories, strengthened social bonds, and passed down knowledge from one generation to the next. This was the birth of culture. As we move into the Mesolithic, or Middle Stone Age, the world was changing. The great ice sheets were retreating, and forests began to spread across the land. The giant megafauna, like the woolly mammoth, started to disappear. Humans had to adapt, and they did so brilliantly. They developed smaller, more refined stone tools called microliths. These tiny, sharp blades could be attached to arrows and spears, making their hunting tools more efficient for smaller, faster game like deer and wild boar. They also invented new tools like fishhooks and harpoons made from bone and antler, opening up the rich resources of rivers and coastlines. Canoes, hollowed out from tree trunks, allowed them to travel across water, expanding their territories and food sources. Life was becoming a little more settled, a little less nomadic. And this leads us to the most radical transformation of all, the Neolithic Revolution. This wasn't just a small step, it was a giant leap for humankind. Around 12,000 years ago, in a region known as the Fertile Crescent, our ancestors made a groundbreaking discovery: agriculture. They learned to cultivate plants like wheat and barley and to domesticate animals like goats, sheep, and cattle. For the first time in human history, they could produce their own food instead of just finding it. This was a game changer. It meant a more reliable food supply, which allowed populations to grow. With farming came settlement. People no longer needed to roam. They built the first permanent villages, with sturdy houses made of mud brick and wood. This shift to a settled lifestyle had profound consequences. With a food surplus, not everyone had to be a farmer or a hunter. This freed up people to specialize in other skills. We see the emergence of potters, weavers, and toolmakers. Society became more complex, with new social structures and roles. Trade networks began to form between villages, exchanging goods, ideas, and culture. They built monumental structures like Stonehenge, which required incredible organization and a shared sense of purpose. Of course, life wasn't suddenly easy. Early farmers faced new challenges: crop failures, disease that could spread quickly in crowded villages, and hard physical labor were constant worries. Their diet, while more reliable, was often less varied than that of their hunter-gatherer ancestors, sometimes leading to nutritional deficiencies. But the die was cast. The Neolithic Revolution set humanity on a new path, a path leading directly to the rise of cities, civilizations, and the complex world we know today. So, how did humans survive the Stone Age? They survived through their incredible adaptability, their ingenuity in creating tools, their deep understanding of nature, and most importantly, their ability to cooperate and form strong social bonds. From the nomadic hunters of the Paleolithic to the first farmers of the Neolithic, the story of the Stone Age is our story. It's a testament to the resilience and creativity embedded in our very DNA. It reminds us that faced with immense challenges, we have the capacity to innovate, to adapt, and to build a new future. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more adventures into our shared past. Let me know in the comments what part of the Stone Age you find most amazing. See you next time.